Has your child been called fat today? Is he or she being made fun of because they're overweight? I bet the first thing you do is to blame someone else for their obesity. Well, blame yourself. You as a parent are charged with the caring and welfare of your child. It is your responsibility to do whatever is necessary to ensure their mental, physical, and spiritual health. In a study conducted by LSE Health, London, England, when a parent is made obvious of their child's weight, they often blame that person who made it obvious. However, they should honestly be thanking them. Of course, some methods deserve little or no praise. But parents must accept that there are things beyond our control, and that there are things that we can control. It is the duty of every parent to learn the difference between the two, because the worst thing that any parent can do is to hide the weight. The parent must learn to help their child lose the weight and keep it off. Since we eliminated the usual person that is blamed, the question runs through the parents' minds: who do I blame now? The answer: you can only blame yourself, because you are the primary influence in your child's life. Psychology today says that most parents frequently respond to the news with disbelief or denial, even going so far to say that their child is actually underweight. It is not the fault of bullies, though, who attack your child and make this problem obvious, nor is it the fault of the government for not regulating foods well enough. We forget that bullies are kids too. They have issues in life. That issue is that they pick on other people because they don't feel confident about themselves. They have some kind of ailment that prevents them from not picking on people. That issue sometimes is also often related to overweight. That's why they pick targets that are actually heavier than themselves. However, we have to realize that being overweight is a problem we can deal with. It's completely preventable. The blame for being overweight is also associated with my favorite excuse. That's the government made my child fat. This is perhaps my favorite excuse. To those of you who are supporting this excuse, I am glad to know that your government is raising your kids. I mean, who trusts your judgment in raising your kids? The government does. And if they don't trust your judgment, they take your kids away. That's regulation, plain and simple. In fact, many states are in the midst of passing legislation for temporary taking of custody of kids that are severely obese, so they can treat them and put them back on the right path to being healthy. Like I said earlier, there are things that we can't change. One of those things are bullies. As hard as any of us tries, bullies will never go away, nor will they leave us during adulthood. Though there is an uprising legislature in many states, the government cannot take control and be responsible for every child in the United States. However, they do set up and distribute guidelines to help parents deal with obesity. You can change your child's life by helping them lose their weight. If your child is overweight, chances are so are you. Your kids will learn habits from you, so take charge and make major life changes, not just in your kids, but also in yourself. Help, don't hurt your kids. Do not sweep your problems aside, or your kids' problems, or tell them that they're okay with being the way they are, or suggest that it's okay for now since they're young, and tell them that they have to do something later on when they become older. Learn what diets are appropriate, not just for your kids, but also for you. And identify habits, says an article in American Family Physician. Become more conscious about nutrition. Take some classes and read about ways to improve your family's health in your spare time. Do not just learn what is bad in food and what isn't. Learn why it is bad. Learn what it can do to you, what diseases it can cause, and what things can occur in your body because of consumption of this food. Remember, the hardest step is the first step. After that, it's just repetition and concentration. Weight loss and fitness is one of the easiest things we can do as humans. It is up to all parents of all those kids who are obese to realize that they can either be a part of the solution or the problem. It is their duty and responsibility to care for their children with the best of their ability. And asking for help is not shameful. So don't ask what your country can do for your child, but what you can do for your child.